Yeah, cheers, Johan.
Cheers.
Yes, yesterday was the first
Those
test.
dogs are so loud.
Yeah, sorry about my neighbour's dogs. So the Springboks, Georgia.
Yeah, it was just lucky to watch the Springboks again.
Yeah,
I mean,
nice to sing the anthem and
yeah.
get involved, wear the Springbok jersey.
It was a slow start, I thought.
Yes.
Georgia looked quite solid, you know.
Yeah, they look quite pumped. They're a physical team. They've got strong guys, and I think the way Rassi, I almost think that I thought about it this morning, that I think he went to the coach and said, we want it physical. We want you to pick your biggest pack, and we want to be tested physically.
I think they're also known for that.
Yeah, they are.
Like looking at the Autumn Cup, England had a similar score against them, 40-0. Ireland and Wales also not big scores.
Yes. Yeah, they don't give away 100 points to big test nations. They tend to keep it under 50 points generally.
Maybe that's got something to do with how strong their forwards are.
Yes.
You know, they keep it reasonably tight.
Yeah,
and in the beginning, they were very accurate, I thought.
Yes.
You know, their defense was up quickly and they weren't going off sides, etc. But as the game sort of wore on, that the penalties started to count against them.
Yeah. No, we wore them down eventually. Then we started scoring more tries.
Yeah.
Fassi started off with a brilliant try.
Yeah.
Showed his pace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dream debut for that guy.
Yes. Actually playing out of position, so it's good to know that he can back up on the wing as well.
You know, when the bomb squad came on, the game changed into forwards, power driven.
Yes. Yeah, the mauling and everything like that. Yeah.
So
you've got to be. We played a bit of the rust out of our system. I think in the second half we looked a little bit more fluent. But I have to mention, I love every player that puts a green jersey over their head. But Elton Jantjies, again, a lot of the things that he tried from a crucial position at fly-off didn't work out. Look, you're always playing to be number one. So maybe he thought if he does a couple of really smart things, he might put pressure on Pollard, but it didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
No. Looking forward to this next test.
Yeah, looking forward to the Lions test. We'll chat about it after this craziness that we're about to proceed with now.
Yeah.
For all of the provincial games, we would braai or eat something British or Irish. We thought we'd get the worst of it out of the way first.
Yes.
So first, we're going to do some blood pudding and some haggis.
Some blood pudding and some haggis.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen blood pudding. I've served it in England, and I've never had the desire to taste it.
I don't have the desire to taste this now, but
it's 50% ox blood, for those of you who don't know, and a lot of other junk. And haggis is a lot of spices and stuff, and some liver and some lungs and so forth. So we're gonna go on and
try and braai this thing. Anyway,
looks like burger patties, but we're just gonna have it as an hors d'oeuvre.
Okay.
Haggis.
Oh, where's this?
Say haggis.
Haggis. Okay, so I think it's ready. Don't really know how much you blind bread. It's black, and it's does not look appetizing at all. The haggis looks slightly better. Sorry, the one fell apart a little bit because I don't think we know what we're doing. And then we're gonna need.
I'm gonna go get them.
Probably gonna need forks or something. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Having some Scotch whiskey. Oh my goodness, it looks terrible. I don't know what it tastes like. What does it taste like?
It just tastes. It's okay. It's okay.
It tastes like bread that's been drowned in blood. It tastes like bread. The thought of it is the most disgusting
Yeah,
part.
don't think about it. Otherwise, the flavor is not bad. It's like very loose burger patty. You know what the bad thing is? Is that the outside is a little bit burnt, so it reminds me more of a scab.
I was eating a scab.
Do you think it's probably cooked?
Why are you having more? I don't know if it's properly. It's the color changed. it became black. The other name for it is black pudding. Definitely need a.
Okay, let's try this one.
This one looks better than the one that's been messed up a bit.
Haggis.
Haggis. I've had haggis in Edinburgh.
I think
But,
that one's gonna taste worse.
This is
No, I think it will be like netfit. Netfit. What do you call it?
lever en netvet. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of tastes like
Livery.
like lungs. You know when you cough
Lung.
really hard?
Spicy. It's got oatmeal in it and stuff.
Yeah, I actually like this one. This one's
That's
nice.
50% blood. But I might call it, this is nice. Nice spice.
I was going back.
When would they normally eat this?
It's got a kind of je ne sais quoi about it.
Je ne sais pas. It's not bad. Also like a bit of a
I don't mind it.
bready taste.
I actually like it.
I like it. I like haggis. It's just black. I call it black pudding. It's definitely not pudding.
It looks like chocolate.
And like, I smell blood.
Smell blood.
Let blood be our motto.
Let me try some more.
It's really not good. You look Scottish
Do I look at it?
with your red beard. Oh my goodness.
It doesn't taste like I've had worse I&J patties.
Hang on.
This stuff is nice. I like this haggis.
I haggis.
Haggis.
Oatmeal. Hey, always cool to find places like that where you can
Yeah.
find interesting
Where you can
food.
find black pudding.
Only in Boksburg. Boksburg. Haggis.
The Lions.
The Sigma.
Cheers. So
Cheers.
after that little dinner, that
Yes.
it stayed down at least.
Yeah.
Very happy about
Didn't
that.
make a comeback. Hey,
I
it's not
enjoyed
that
it.
bad.
The haggis was nice. I
Yeah,
like that.
haggis.
The black pudding, just keep an open mind.
Okay,
Anyway.
so we just watched the game.
Yeah, I'm actually. It felt like a little bit like a victory. The Sigma
The
Lions
Sigma Lions.
scored 2 tries,
Yes.
and they gave away many soft tries.
Yes. You're always going to get from a Warren Gatland team, you're always going to get that they're very accurate, very precise. They make very few mistakes.
Yeah,
I know it sounds a bit like we're just repeating what we said last time when they played Japan. What Jono, one of the other pundits, said that there's no absolute superstar that we can isolate. Someone that every time he gets the ball, it just looks amazing.
yeah.
So they're a great team. They're a great unit. But there's nothing that scares me. Like I think we're going to absolutely get.
Like this
Murder.
guy is gonna.
Yes.
There's no one Jonah Loma-esque.
No. There's nothing like that. Or a George North, or
Yeah.
what they had in the past, or a Jason Robinson, or can't think of other names now. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, the players
Yeah.
that stood out though, obviously the wings. I mean,
Josh Adams. is very
Josh
good.
Adams
Yeah.
scored a few
Yeah.
easy tries, and maybe a player that we saw a lot of now was Hamish
Watson. Hamish
Hamish
Watson. Yeah. Yeah, he was good. Very good in the first half.
He was a nuisance.
Yeah. I just want to mention that if you follow, and I know the English press are the English press, and they can be very hard on their players in that they, even in football as well, that they put them on a very high pedestal and they expect a lot from certain players. And Mara Itoje, the articles you read and stuff, it sounds like he's the best player that England's ever had. And I must say, he is brilliant. He is very good. He's very good at what he does. But for me personally, Ibn Etzebet is probably a better player than Mara Itoje.
Yeah, so I'm hoping actually that we see what everyone has been talking about
Yes.
since he started. But
Yeah, nothing against the guy. He is brilliant. He is a very good rugby player. But like, you don't see a game where he breaks the line, or he steals 3-4 balls, or he really marshals the lineouts or anything. He sort of does everything he does very well, but there's nothing that stands out.
Yeah, if you think of like Brody Retallick
Yes.
in the same position.
Exactly. Brilliant at offloads, and
Yeah.
they made this mistake of poor Lewis Moody. They called him the new Skalkberger, like always compared to someone else. You know, and that actually puts a lot of pressure on the player, because there's no one else is Skalkberger.
Yeah.
There's never going to be a Skalkberger.
Yeah.
It's unfair to Lewis Moody to compare him to someone like that.
Yeah. In terms of attack, I thought it looked very, very similar to the England attack.
Yeah, like you basically have the two attacking lines, a shallow one and a deep one.
Yeah, and it completely confounded the Sigma lines. They did not know how to do it. There was always an overlap.
Always space on the outside. It draws in the defence.
Yes. Unfortunately, it's similar to what we see with the Springboks.
Yes.
Unless you have a smart enough wing.
Yeah.
Cheslin Colby, you know, he became very good at reading that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that rush umbrella defence,
Yeah.
where the sort of wings sort of fold in,
Yeah.
and it can expose you.
Yes.
But if you do trap the guy there, you trap him behind the advantage line.
Yeah.
So it's high risk, high reward.
So what the Sigma lines look like? They looked like the Springboks in 2018 at Ellis Park against England.
Yeah.
Where do you remember those first 3 tries that they scored? Every single one of them.
It was just
There
an
was
overlap.
always an overlap.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they just basically looked as if they could just put it through the hands.
Yeah.
But they did also, the Sigma Lions proved that you can score tries against these guys.
Yeah.
They're not completely impenetrable.
And they could have scored more actually.
Yes,
the
they
Sigma
could have
lines.
scored,
There were 2. I mean, there was an extended period of play there in the beginning where they were on the try line of the lines for like 10 minutes.
Yes.
And so the number 6.
Yeah, he
from
just
Sigma
didn't have the
Lions,
legs.
Sangweni, eh?
Yes, Sim Sangweni from the
He
Sigma
made a
Lions.
great break. If he had just had someone a bit quicker on his outside there, it could have been another try.
Yes.
So I guess that's why we're a little bit. We're not depressed.
Yeah.
So the Lions,
Yeah,
the Sigma Lions.
Sigma Lions look good from time to time. Obviously, it was brilliant of the B&I Lions to keep them out for so long. They basically camped on their try line, and they managed to keep them out, and eventually they won the ball.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a worry for the Springboks that their structures. It's difficult to find fault in their defence.
Yeah. There's nothing.
There's difficult to find weaknesses.
Yeah.
They didn't overpower a provincial B team in the scrums either. They won a few scrum penalties, but it was not like this. It was not like, we can't really compare it to. We watched New Zealand Tonga this morning, and that was just shocking to see, really.
The Sigma Lions scrum is generally good though.
Yeah, they are good, and they've got 4 good props.
Yeah.
The guys that came off the bench, Steve Sitole and Carlos Sadi, who has legs like tree trunks.
Yeah, his legs are bigger than
Wilco Lowe's.
Yeah.
Bigger than Camille Shah's neck.
Yeah. I think the takeaway is the British and Irish Lions looked like they could just score at will.
Yeah.
Their defence was excellent. Their set piece excellent. Gave away very little penalties again.
Yeah.
Very little errors from their side.
Yes.
And it was it's like for the Sigma Lions, it's like, hey son, when I was young I played against the British and Irish Lions.
Yes.
They,
Both teams, Springboks and the Lions, are going to have to be very, very patient to find weaknesses, and it's going to come down to little moments of brilliance.
Yes.
And I would like to believe that the Springboks, I don't want to stick my neck out and make any crazy bold statements, that we've got a little bit more X factor.
Oh! I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
As symbolic of the desire of our two peoples never to go to war with one another again.
Yes, that's bold.
A little bit more X factor than the Lions in guys like Colby and Malcolm Marx, and you can name a few names.
Or are the Lions holding back?
I don't think anyone ever holds back. The tactics could be, coaching could be to put these guys on now because you don't want to show too much. Take the guy off because you don't want to show your hand too much. Or play a certain style because you don't want to show your hands. I mean, these guys spend a lot of time on analysis and thinking about what they're doing.
Yeah.
You can imagine Rassi and Jacques sitting, watching this game and
Trying to figure out what are they doing. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we'll see.
Forward to our next meal.
Tomorrow
Yeah,
morning.
I hope so.
Tomorrow morning.
I hope not.
Cheers.
Cheers.